There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing is Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. First opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Penny, a first down carry, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And 7.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that felt.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Seahawks 7, 49ers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The 49er ball.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Bridgewater. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Returnable for Lockett. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. Yeah, the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Quit talking about it and run it.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Ball carrier.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now
From the 39, Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll try to run for it with Penny. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say, as you said,
Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team. Fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Flushed out right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson. His 11th touchdown of the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't got the first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. 2 minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson His third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Good. Makes the score Seahawks 21, 49ers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Second and 15. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it is 28-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
57's Mike. Mike 57. What we got? What we got?
Play action now. Bridgewater. He's got this to the rookie from ASU, Brandon Ayuk. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 82 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
For the point after.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there Now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, Dorsett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They keep it with Penny on 1st down, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Throwing, Bridgewater being chased out left. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him tries to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Richie James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now it's Penny, and he stopped immediately there. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
The ball carrier.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, Penny. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Touchdown, 49ers! Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
5-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down.
Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Again, it's Penny. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the run, it's Penny, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Reload. 54. Hey.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. Now it's Carson. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check 3.
They run the counter. Carson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brings up
the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You can see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tackle made.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They begin with a run by Penny. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. They'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Complete.
Give him 30 yards there.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here's Bridgewater. Rolling to his right. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Shaquille Griffin. Bridgewater's pass.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Today's final score, Seahawks 45,